Welcome to part 7, and in this tutorial we're going to be showing you how to add in the additional Magento attributes that you're going to need when selling internationally.
That's right, we're going to be adding 2 new types of attributes to our Magento system. The first is going to be some pricing attributes, so you're going to have granular control over the pricing for the international eBay sites. And also we're going to be adding title attributes as well, or additional attributes which you can then use for eBay listing titles on the different sites. And again, we chose eBay Germany and eBay Australia as the best examples, is because there may be like a slight word change which you want to enter for eBay Australia, whereas the whole title for eBay Germany is that you probably want to change the whole lot into German, and you can do that with additional attributes.
Now Matt, the question I have is that in the last tutorial we saw that we can actually change these settings in like the store view in the actual product. Is there a reason why we're doing it this way instead of that way?
Excellent question, Dave. And yes, you could do it that way. So for example, when you're in Magento, you could change the store view, drop the box down, click the OK button, and then choose your, say, eBay Germany, and set your eBay title in there in German. Okay, you can categorically do that. And again, we're showing you how we would set this up for our Magento system, and that's what we're showing you right now, is because if you think about our attributes in Magento as columns in a spreadsheet, so maybe you've got an outsource, for example, which is going to translate your eBay titles, it's much easier to add this additional column in a spreadsheet. Okay, so maybe we'll see the attribute codes in a moment, but one of them will be called att underscore EBY underscore title and then underscore DE for Germany. It's much easier to just add that as an extra column in the spreadsheet. And it's the same for the prices as well, additional columns, so you can just run calculation rules rather than adding in additional rows into the spreadsheet. So columns in a spreadsheet are really easy. Additional rows per store view is kind of tricky. So it's just for ease, Dave. So we've just got one main screen with our pricing in and our customized titles as well for each of the sites, and we can just do it from one screen. And like I said, this is how I would set it up and how Dave would set this up too if it was our Magento site. So really good question, and you could do it that way. But from a practical perspective, on a day-to-day basis, columns and spreadsheets, much easier to handle, single screen without jumping in and out of extra drop-down boxes and clicking OK or cancel buttons. Practically speaking, a lot easier.
Yeah, makes sense.
Excellent. So with that said, let's go and do this, and we'll catch up with you in Magento in a few moments' time. So picking up from where we left off before, we need to go and add in 4 additional attributes into our Magento system. And again, we're setting this up for 2 additional eBay sites. If you're just doing it for one, so maybe you're just doing eBay US, for example, or just eBay Australia, then just do this once. You don't have to do this for both sites like what we're doing. And of course, if you're doing many other eBay sites, then of course you want to just expand upon our examples. So with that point made, really simple to do. We need to go up to catalog, then go into attributes. We then need to go into manage attributes from the top menu. And this is where we can add in these additional attributes. And we're going to be creating 2 pricing attributes, one for eBay DE and one for Australia, because they are separate currencies. And we're also going to be adding in 2 new title attributes as well. So with that said, let's go and do it. Really straightforward. Click the big button in the top right hand corner which says add new attributes. Where we've got the attribute code, this is where you're going to type in, and again, our naming convention for attributes are to prefix them all with att underscore. And again, remember, think back to the spreadsheet. If you're using Dataflow or maybe MagMe, all the attributes beginning with att underscore, you know that you created in your Magento system, and it's not a system default attribute. Then we're going to prefix again with EBY for eBay. And let's do the pricing ones first. So we're going to call this price, and then I'm going to do underscore AU. Okay, so this is our attribute for eBay for the price for Australia. We're going to leave the scope as store view, And crucially, where it says catalog, and again, I'm just going to pause and highlight this on your screen for you, where it says catalog input type for store owner, drop this option down and then choose price. Okay, and that's the key step. Okay, you need to set that to price. Now, if you do have members of staff, maybe you've got multiple members of staff, maybe you've got outsourcers working on your system, and you want them to fill this out as a required value within your Magento system, then you may want to set values required from no to yes, and that will force them to fill out, and it won't allow you to save the product unless that attribute has got value in. Now, we're going to set ours as no, but I've just wanted to point that extra setting out for you. Also, on the left-hand side, where it says manage label / options, you want to click on there. Now, you'll also see that we've now got these additional tabs come in. So we've got a field in here for eBay AU. We've got another column in here for eBay DE. But we're just going to set a global value. So you only want the admin column. And you're just going to type in there eBay price AU. And once that's been done, just go and press Save Attribute in the top right-hand corner. And then again, I'm going to speed things up now. Okay, just go and do the Germany one. So ATT_EBY_price_DE. Okay, we're going to leave the scope as store view, change the input type to price. We're going to go to manage label and options on the left-hand side. And then for the admin column, we're going to call this eBay price DE. Nice and straightforward.
Nice and easy.
Yeah, really straightforward. So we can fly through these now. So that's the two pricing attributes done. Now we need to add in our titles. So this time where it says attribute code, ATT_EBY, again, we've explained why we need that. And then we're going to call that title and then _DE. Can you see like the common theme here, Dave? And then remember, just imagine that ATT_EBY_title_DE in a spreadsheet. Wow, that's the attribute for the eBay title for Germany. Really straightforward. This one, we're going to leave the catalog input type for store owner as text field. Then we're going to go to the manage label and options tab on the left hand side, and we're going to call this eBay title DE, save attribute. And for Australia, really straightforward. I'm just going to pop these fields in very quickly. Title AU, leave it on text field, manage tab, and then eBay title AU, save attribute. Almost job done, Dave. One key step which we're missing is that if we went to one of our products, in fact, I'm going to go there right now just to make the point. We're going to just jump into one of our products. Just going to choose on that item there. Okay, so what we've got now, we've got SKU, website title, eBay title, we've got price, but Dave, where are our German prices and where's our Australian prices and where's our Australian title, where's our Germany title? It's not here.
I think the problem is, Matt, we haven't added it to the sets.
That's exactly it. So let me just close that. Well, in fact, I'll leave that tab open so we can see it before and after. So just going back to the original tab, if you now go into catalog, attributes, and then manage attribute sets this time, okay, so the second option down, is that we'll then go into default, and we can see that we've got these additional attributes on the right hand side. So let me just scroll down a touch. Okay, so now I've got eBay title, so I'm going to go and grab our Australian title, our German title. So we've got the eBay title, and then we've got our Australian, and then we've got our German title in here as well. We also need to add the prices in as well. So we did AU first and then DE. I'm going to do the same for price as well, like so. So we've just dragged and dropped them from the right-hand side. So we've now got title, we've got our Australian title, we've got our German title, we've got our normal price for our native eBay country or eBay site, we've got our Australian price, and then we've got another attribute in here for our German price. So we're now going to go and press Save Attribute Set in the top right-hand corner. Now, while that's saving for a few moments, it's the obvious thing to point out here is that you'll now want to go on and do that for any of the other attribute sets which you have in your system. So rather than you watch us go and do this one by one, We're going to hit pause on the recording. For you right now, again, you following us along in your system, go and press pause and just go through and do your other attribute sets as well. So we'll catch up with you in a few moments' time. So we've been in added those attributes to the other attribute sets within our system. But if we go back to catalog and manage products, and what we were in, some genes, weren't we? So let's go and click into the genes now. Is what we'll now see is that we've got our eBay title, which we added previously in the other video tutorials. We've now got our eBay title for AU, for Australia, our eBay title for DE, so for Germany, and underneath the price value, we've also got our Australian price and also a German price as well. Now, it does say GBP on the right-hand side for Great British Pound Sterling. And again, if your Magento website is set up in USD or a different currency, or maybe in Australian dollars and you're looking to sell in the UK, it says AUD there, for example, that's okay. And the reason why that's okay is M2EPro is going to ignore that setting because we're doing this the advanced way, and that's okay. And also, if you may be thinking that, oh my goodness me, imagine that's our eBay title up there, for example, is that, oh, for all my Australian listings, I need just basically a copy of my UK title, or whatever your basic title, assuming it's English, is that we've got an extra bonus tutorial at the end of this course, and we'll show you how to just export via Magento Dataflow, export these attributes out of Magento, tweak them around for MagMe, and then get them back in. Okay, it's really straightforward. So just basically copy and paste and change the column name at the top. Really straightforward to do. And again, for the prices, while you're doing that, you may also want to maybe do a pounds to euros conversion or pounds to Australian dollars, or whichever way you need to do it in the Excel spreadsheet too. So are we all good there, Dave? Does that all make sense?
All makes sense so far, mate.
Excellent. And again, before we just wrap up, a little tip for you is that if it does make sense for you to maybe put these additional prices in here, and again, this first page now is getting a little bit long, isn't it, Dave?
It is.
Is what you could do is back in your attribute set is that you could add your prices now into the prices tab. And I'm just going to pause for a few moments just to show you how to do that. So really straightforward. Attributes, so catalog, attributes, manage attribute sets. And again, it's your system. You can configure it however you like, whatever makes sense to you. So if you want to keep them back on the main page, do so. But if you do want to put them back over into the prices tab on the left-hand side, again, it's just straightforward, drag and drop. So we've got our price value here. We would then just drag that drop down. We can drop that at the top of the prices tab. And we also want to grab our Australian price as well. Let's put that underneath there. There we go. You can put them in there. Let me just save this attribute set a moment. And again, while that's saving there in the background, let's go to there's our before there, Dave. So we had our eBay title. And then if I now refresh this, okay, we'll have the additional titles in there. There we go. But our prices have now moved and they're now living within the prices tab on the left-hand side. I've been and shown you that, but to be honest, in our case, I actually quite like them all on one main tab. It just kind of feels right for me. And if I was entering these products in, but again, it's personal choice. And I just wanted to show you how to do that if it makes more sense for you and your business. Okay, so we can put price in there. Let's go and grab these fields back up as well. And anyway, rather than you, watch me move some columns around on here from myself, Matt.
And from me, Dave.
Cheerios. So for myself, Matt, and of course Dave too, we both hope that you found this tutorial helpful. If you did, we'd both really appreciate a thumbs up on YouTube, either at the top of this video or down at the bottom.
So on screen right now, we have the next part of this tutorial. So if you just click on the next tutorial button, which is in the top right hand part of the screen, you'll head on over there right now.
If you would like to be notified of the latest video tutorials that myself and Dave publish on YouTube, then also press the subscribe button underneath this video as well.
And with that said, we'll see you in the next tutorial.
Matt
and Dave.